was also the essential work of finding my authentic self. As I retraced the steps and missteps of my life, I began to stop avoiding memories that triggered emotional flashbacks, and I chose to embrace them as revelations. Each revealed a breadcrumb that I had dropped along the way, leading me further on my path to understanding who I truly am. Reading all these stories together, I wondered if I really was brave enough to share all of this. And then I remembered another quote I wrote down. This one comes from Carrie Fisher. Stay afraid, but do it anyway. So cheers. Here's to us being afraid and doing it anyway. Chapter 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pleasanton. It is a peculiar sensation, this double consciousness, this sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, of measuring one's soul by the tape of a world that looks on in amused contempt and pity. One ever feels his two-ness. An American, a Negro. Two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings, two warring ideals in one dark body, whose dogged strength alone keeps it from being torn asunder. W.E.B. Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folk. When I was in the second grade, my parents moved us from Omaha, Nebraska, to Pleasanton, California. My parents had spent a year living in San Francisco just after they got married, and my arts-loving mother had lived for the city's culture and open spirit. So when my father announced he was getting transferred to go back to the Bay Area, she rejoiced. My mother pushed for Oakland, where we would be around other Black families and still close to all that San Francisco had to offer. But my father, obsessed with keeping up with the Joneses, had bigger plans. He had a white work friend who had moved to Pleasanton, a half-hour drive and a world away from Oakland. If it's good enough for Dave, he said, it's good enough for us. In Omaha, we were part of the largest African-American extended family in Nebraska. In Pleasanton, we would be the chocolate chip in the cookie. My mother didn't want that for her daughters, me, my older sister Kelly, and my younger sister Tracy. Well, she lost that battle. Everything she feared came to pass. The residents of Pleasanton divided themselves into housing developments, and where you lived said everything about who you were. We bought a house in Val Vista, which was working middle class with upper middle class goals. Val Vista was considered just below Valley Trails in the Pleasanton development caste system. But neither of those neighborhoods was nearly as good as the Meadows, across town, where they had green belts that connected all the cul-de-sacs in the streets. When you told someone where you lived, it was shorthand for the truth of your family's economic situation. Good, average, or untouchable. Since birth, my family has called me Nikki, from my middle name Monique. It took a little less than a year in Pleasanton for someone to call me nigger. It was during third grade recess at Fairlands Elementary, and it came from Lucas. He was one of the Latino kids bussed in from Komodorski, the low-income housing development. He rode with Carmen, Lori, and Gabrielle, or as everyone called them, the Komodorski kids. One day, Lucas decided my name made for great racist alliteration. "Nikki's a nigger," he said, pointing at me with a huge smile of revelation, like he'd found me in a game of hide-and-seek. For one day to my face, and who knows how many days behind my back, Nigger Nikki caught on like wildfire. The kids chanted it, trying on the word as a threat. Nigger. And a question. Nigger? And then as sing-song. Nigger Nikki, nigger Nikki. I couldn't afford to stand out like that ever again. So I became obsessed with observing the Komodorski kids, clocking all the shit they did that everyone, meaning the white ones, made fun of. I wanted to be the exact opposite. And I was clocking the white kids too, of course. I looked at them and thought, that's where I'm going to. And when I saw the Komodorski kids, all I could think was, that's where I'm running from. With every single move I made and every word I spoke, I stayed hyper alert to what I called the black pitfalls. What were the things that would make me appear blacker? I only ate chicken with a knife and fork, and never in front of